The New York Knicks are one of the biggest surprise teams in the league this season. After getting lambasted for the Jalen Brunson signing and once again being projected to be a sub-500 team, the Knicks are a top 5 seed in the East. This is a great year if you're a New York Knicks fan, but is this just another Cinderella story that will result in a miserable postseason, or will this great regular season translate to the playoffs? We all know what happened the last time the Knicks had a very good regular season. Just 2 years ago, the Knicks managed to finish 4th in the East, but they were quickly eliminated by the Hawks in the first round.
It's Trae Young at his finest right here. A step back 30-footer, and the appropriate, you are in the garden.
Well, this video is going to explain why the Knicks will be dangerous in the playoffs. The 2021 postseason was obviously forgettable for the Knicks, but this current Knicks squad is a much better and more talented team than the one that got embarrassed by Trae Young, and even as a 5 seed, this Knicks team has a legit shot at a deep run. But before we get into that, I gotta talk to you guys about today's sponsor, Aura. Just about anyone could find your personal information online. You ever wonder why you get so many of those annoying calls from telemarketers? That's because companies called data brokers profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. Aura's app also features a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, and protects your devices from malware. Let Aura do the hard work of protecting your identity online. You can use my link, aura.com/morehoops, to try 2 weeks for free, and you'll be shocked at how much of your private information Aura finds exposed over those 2 weeks. You can access the link in the video description or scan the QR code on the screen. Now back to the video. While the Knicks have put together a good regular season, this isn't a team that's just beating up on bad teams and losing to good ones. They've matched up really well against the other top teams in the Eastern Conference. They've won their season series against Miami and Boston. They've tied their season series against the Philadelphia 76ers, and they're currently winning their season series against the team they're most likely to match up against come playoff time, the Cleveland Cavaliers. And even though the Knicks are more than likely going to go into the playoffs without home court advantage, they've proven that they're still very good on the road, with the 5th best win record on the road this season. And the Knicks may not have a legit superstar, but they have true star power between Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. Randle, who's now a 2-time All-Star, is having a great season where his insane finishing in the paint and 3-point shooting has allowed him to torch defenders all season. Jalen Brunson, who fans and media said was overpaid, is having a great season where his scoring and playmaking has unlocked the Knicks' offense, and he's one of the best closers in the league, ranking 4th in total clutch points. Having such a great closer in Brunson bodes well for the Knicks in the playoffs because postseason games often come down to the wire and teams with the better clutch shot making often advance. And while the Knicks are built off their dynamic duo, they have a 3rd player that's starting to emerge in RJ Barrett. Since the All-Star break, Rowan is averaging 20 points per game on 47% shooting. After being inefficient for most of the year, RJ is excelling for the Knicks, and that's because he's focusing more on getting downhill and scoring right at the basket. He's always been good at getting to the rim, but in the past he was a poor finisher. RJ still needs to shoot the 3-ball better, but the fact that he's playing more to his strength has made him efficient, and having a good scorer alongside Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle makes the Knicks a lot more dangerous. But the Knicks aren't going to go on a playoff run just because of their offense, but also because of their defense. The Knicks are one of the best teams at defending opposing stars. Thibodeau revolutionized how defense was played as a head coach of the Bulls with his concept strong side overload. This involves setting an extra defender to the strong side of the court, meaning the side of the court where the ball is, and forcing opposing stars to either put up an awkward looking attempt in the lane over multiple defenders, or making a risky pass across the court that gives the Knicks defenders time to close out. This way the Knicks are only giving up a tough shot by an opposing star or a heavily contested 3 by one of the role players. The Knicks have executed well on this scheme, and on the season, they've held Jason Tatum to just 42% shooting, Donovan Mitchell to 44% shooting, and Jimmy Butler to just 42% shooting, while also defending the 3 ball extremely well, allowing the 5th lowest 3-point percentage in the league. The Knicks are also a scrappy team that really hustles hard and gets those 50-50 balls. On the season, they rank 3rd in loose ball recoveries per game and 2nd in offensive rebounds per game. And to some, this may not sound like a big deal, but it really is. Playoff games are often very close, and whether you could get a key rebound or a key loose ball often means the difference between winning and losing. The fact that the Knicks rank so high in all these hustle stats bodes well for a potential playoff run. Lastly, the Knicks also have very good depth. Depth isn't as important as talent in the playoffs, but it still matters. Plenty of teams have lost playoff series due to not having good bench players that can give their starters a breather, and fortunately for the Knicks, they have one of the better second units in the NBA. One of the reasons the Knicks have such a strong second unit is due to the play of Immanuel Quickley. IQ has been one of the top bench players in the league this year, which is why he has the 2nd best odds behind Malcolm Brogdon to walk away with the 6th Man of the Year award. Immanuel Quickley has improved his scoring to 14 points per game, while also improving his efficiency across the board. And while expanding his offensive game, IQ has remained a lockdown defender. IQ can get hot at any given moment, which not only gives the Knicks some much needed bench scoring, but gives them another player the Knicks can lean towards in case their stars are having a rough shooting night or can't play. Josh Hart has stolen the heart of many Knicks fans with his play on the court. Since the Knicks acquired him at the trade deadline, they've been a much better team thanks to his play on both ends. On the less glamorous end, Hart is a terrific hustle guy, defender, and rebounder, and he's also been a huge plus on offense, whether it's driving and scoring right at the basket, draining the open threes, or finding his teammates. Speaking of Hart, Isaiah Hartenstein has also been a big part of the Knicks' second unit as a backup center. He gives the Knicks some strong defense and rebounding off the bench, while also providing a spark offensively as a passer and finisher. And lastly, Obi doesn't get a ton of burn, but he's also improved this year, and he's a legit scoring threat as both a cutter and finisher, and shooting the 3 off the catch. The Knicks' second unit allows them to rest their stars without much drop-off on either end of the court, which will make them deadly in the playoffs. While the Knicks are a great story, this is a team that's looking for more than just a fine regular season and wants to make some noise in the playoffs. The Knicks are a tough-minded, scrappy team, and they're going to be a nightmare for any team to have to play in a 7-game playoff series. This is why the Cavaliers are privately hoping that they face the Nets in the first round instead of the Knicks. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for me, and now I want to hear from y'all. How far do you think the Knicks go in the playoffs? Tell me in the comments. Guys like the Knicks, I'm also trying to achieve greatness. I'm trying to get to 15K subs before June. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more dope content just like it, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. Guys, it's worth mentioning that the Knicks aren't even supposed to be here because everyone doubted them. Click this video to see how the Knicks fooled everyone.